Okay, now we just went outside and we picked the ulu. Remember I told you, when you pick the ulu, how do you know when it's ready? You see these white spots on there? That means that it's throwing out all this. This is actually what we call latex. Now when you pick the ulu, it'll actually drip this latex off. Now that latex, that white stuff that comes off, is actually how Hawaiians used to what you call caulk the canoes. It's caulking. You actually use it for caulking the canoes. So you see this is all the latex. It's a little brown spots. You know this is ready. Now, if you want it really sweet, the longer you leave it sitting out, it'll get sweeter and sweeter until it's almost like it starts falling apart. But we're going to cook this real quick. So what I'm going to do, first of all, take our pot, fill it with 2 inches of water. Again, we got a Chinese steamer here. Okay, we're going to make what we call the inside emu. So it tastes like we cooked it underground in underground emu. So we're filling it up the 2 inches of water. That's a little bit more. Okay. Then again, we take our tea leaf. It's spelled T-I-L-E-A-F. Put a tea leaf in here. And that's going to give just so much flavor. It's going to taste like the earth and the sky all in one. You know, so we put the tea leaf. We're going to put some on the top too this time. Cut the tea leaf. Then we're going to take a breadfruit. Let me show you the breadfruit. Now the breadfruit is really hard to start. What I usually do, I'm going to teach you a secret. We're not going to fool around. We're going to use our oils of aloha, you know, macadamia nut oil. And we just want a little bit on a knife so that it makes it so it cuts good. So this thing has that latex and you want it to stick on your knife. Okay, then we're going to just cut it into quarters real easy. You can see. Now, we just made this fresh. If I let this stay for 1 or 2 days, it'd be a little bit softer. And at this stage, actually, it'll taste more like artichoke. Then it'll taste like, the longer you leave it, it tastes like custard pudding. Okay, so this one has a little seed. And then I'm going to cut it one more time. And the reason I'm cutting it this way is so that I can actually cook it faster. Like this will cook in 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to put it there in a pot. You want it to steam, you don't want it to boil. You want it outside of the water. Okay, this one too. And while we're cooking, we're going to make something else. Now you can actually make poi. If we had left this for 1 or 2 days, it would actually be better, sweeter poi. Then again, we put the what we call halili on top. More tea leaf. We're going to wet a rag. This is like we would actually put in the outside underground oven. We would cover this with burlap, but in this case, we just a towel. Then we put a hood on this and put it on high heat for 20 minutes, and it'll be done. So we put it on the stove. Today we're going to make some pickled okra for the okra we picked earlier. And you know, a lot of times the okra, you know, gets rained upon. So that's what we call the off-grade okra. You can see it's a little black. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, actually it's going to be enhanced to the flavor. So we're just going to take some of this okra and we just rinse it off real quickly. And the black does nothing. It's only, you know, there's nothing wrong. It's just got rained upon. Okay, now, first thing we're going to do, on the bottom, I'm going to make these 8-ounce pieces of okra, is I'm going to put a slice of ginger in there. In each one, okay? We're gonna make 8 ounces of okra, okay? Then we're gonna put a slice of fresh ginger and turmeric. So you can see this turmeric. Then, to give it color, we're gonna actually add some, this is some red peppers. So I'm gonna throw some red peppers in there. And some people like to mix it in a big bowl and pour it in. The reason I do it this way because I feel I can get more control over each container itself. Now the other thing is I'm a seed saver, so guess what? You see all the seeds in here? You see the seeds that you pick? You can actually plant these and out will come more seeds. Okay, now another secret. You see the onion? You look at the onion, you see right there, there's all these little roots. If you cut this off right here, you plant this, and you're going to have a lot more onions coming up out of this. So that's just a secret about the onions as well. So I got some onions. Like what I did with the onions is I soak them in a little bit of water and put them in an ice box. and they come really, really sweet. So I'm gonna put the onions on the bottom here. Just cut them through. Okay. And then we're gonna add all our spices. I'm just gonna add a little, maybe of a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, just to give it a nice color. See the turmeric powder in each one. And I mix this individually, one by one, okay? Then we're going to put some pakai. Like this is the sea salt. It has some seaweed in there. You see right there? You can see the seaweed. So I'm going to put about maybe about a teaspoon, not a teaspoon, about half a teaspoon. Okay. So each one is kind of individually. And then I'm going to put maybe about a tablespoon of sugar. Okay. Now earlier we picked the chili peppers, yeah? So you can put the chili peppers in this, but sometimes it's a little bit too hot, so, and it's more expensive. So I save my chili peppers that I can get for that I get $25 a pound for, and I go get the crushed pepper. This one is only like I think it's $5 for like a bunch, and then I put a little bit of crushed pepper on the bottom. Now what I do actually is I leave the seal on here because over here it's really humid in Hawaii, and then I'm just going to sprinkle a bunch of it, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon to give it some nice kick. Okay, then I seal it back. If I didn't do this, all this pepper would get for the humidity in Hawaii would get really you know, moist. You can use any kind of vinegar. I use, this is $1 a gallon. This is uses for pantry mate. It's supposed to use it for cleaning up dishes and stuff like that, but I just use whatever's on sale. And you can make your own vinegar as well. So I'm just gonna add vinegar. So we got vinegar, chili pepper, a little Hawaiian salt. And that's a mix. So I'm gonna take the okra. Like some of the okra is too big, so just cut them in half. Just keep on going. And see, it has a little black, it has nothing to do with the taste. A lot of people, you know, they throw away so much good food because it doesn't have the look. The black thing is nothing. All it'll do is give it more flavor. Now this is a little big, so I'm going to keep that to make seed. It's a seed one. So I'm just throwing the okra in. So like this morning I made about 50 of these containers, the okra we picked. I like the small ones because they really are, and it'll give it a nice. Now the mix that I have right now is more suited for the guys from the south. Guys who like it, not too much sugar. Some of the Japanese people like a little bit more sugar in there than I like to have inside there. So I'm just choosing all the nice ones, the small succulent ones. If they can fit in, fine. If they can't, then I just cut them off and fit them inside. Okay. This one, the stem is blocking, so let's just cut that one out. Maybe one more. Cut this one in half so you get in there easier. Then you get a cover. Okay. Put it on. I ran out of my okra stickers, so Jen is making. Then what I do is, like, see, look like what it looks like underneath. Just kind of swirl it around a little bit. But you see, they got the nice red, they got the onion taste. And let me see, I need another cover. But I think it needs a little bit more vinegar. Let's top it off there. And I swear, people just love this okra. Once you pickle it like this, you should refrigerate it. But once you pickle it, it'll last like years. You know what I mean? Like this. Just leave it in the refrigerator. And we're done with our pickled okra. Okay, and again, you see the turmeric giving it the nice yellow color, and the peppers on the bottom. Okay, we got this one. Let's move on now. Again, I cut turmeric. That's my signature. These are for my garden. Turmeric and ginger. This is my signature for my pickles. Nobody else can get that because we grow this ourselves. Okay? Then we're gonna cut up the onions. Put them in there. I need a little bit of more red, so I'm just gonna steal the red off of this just to give it some color. And we'll save the seeds. Turmeric, wine salt. Now when I make my pickled onions, I like to put a little bit more sugar, so I probably put 2 tablespoons. But I like it a little extra sweet. Okay. So now we made pickled okra, now we're making pickled Maui onion. Okay. I just cut this off. And again, all of this leftover stuff, I'll feed it to the animals. We don't waste anything. Okay, so I'm gonna feed this to the animals. Oh, one more thing. The chili pepper. The crushed chili. Again, I don't use a spot. I use it straight in. About a, quarter teaspoon. Okay. Again, I'm not cooking this. This is all raw ingredients. Yeah. Okay. Now, we got the pork over there, and Dustin they caught a few wild pigs in the trap. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna actually burn off the hair, and then we're gonna get some of that pork later on, and we're gonna make some dish. In the meantime, we're gonna make this vegetarian dish because Margot, who works on the farm, is a vegetarian. So we're gonna cut up these onions, and what I do is I soak the onions in water, so I don't have to, that'll take off the heat from going into my eyes. That's a trick you can do. Another way you can do is you can just cut a leaf and put the leaf onion in your mouth, and that way when the fumes come, it'll block it from going into your nose. So okay, we put this in water. Now I'm going to cut up. We picked eggplant earlier, so we're just going to cut up this eggplant, put it in here too. Now I want to save all these small little seeds right here. Okay, I'm going to put that over here because we're going to plant. Remember, we had the seeds from the bell pepper. Okay, we got the seed from that, and we also got the bottom of when you cut your onions, you can actually plant this bottom too, and then more green onions will come. So we're going to just put some bell pepper in here, and then this is some eggplant, long eggplant. Okay, we're gonna make this quick because everybody's gonna go in about 20 minutes, but you can make this really quick. Okay, I'm gonna make a soup. Eggplant. I don't know if I got some tofu though, but maybe we can throw some other stuff. Okay, so we got the eggplant in this, and then remember we had the turmeric and the ginger. What I'm thinking is turmeric and ginger is really good for inflammation. I got a sore neck, so what I do is I go to, just what? Right there, pop them in my mouth. Chew them like tobacco, okay? But I'm also gonna put it in our soup right here. Okay, throw that in, some ginger. And then remember we had all the leftover okra. So I'm just gonna throw the okra in too. Okay, we got okra. What else we want to add inside of there? Okay, throw the ginger, smash it so it releases the flavor. Okay, just for color. And this is some mushrooms from Hamakua. This is my friend. I'll eat mushrooms. We're gonna throw that inside of the soup too. This one tastes like the texture of abalone. It's just like eating meat. See, she's a vegetarian vegan, so put some of that inside there. Put some carrots, just rinse it off a little. I like to use the skin, everything. To me, you get more flavor, you know? We got some tomatoes we picked earlier. Throw in the tomatoes. Everything but the chicken, the kitchen sink we're going to throw in here. Okay. Now, remember we had the lemongrass that we picked and all of these flowers. We're going to throw all of these flowers inside of that soup too, Filipino soup. And we're going to throw in some lemongrass. What I do with the lemongrass though is I'll tie it into a little knot. See? I'll tie it into a little knot. And then let's see. I think we picked the Kefir lime leaf over here someplace. Yeah, we get the Kefir lime leaves right here. Throw that in. Okay, we're gonna just put a pot. Put some water. Okay, so we're gonna throw this, bring this all to a boil. So now, we're gonna add a little bit of macadamia oil to give it some flavor, okay? Then we're gonna add some wakabi, dried seaweed. Give it a seaweed flavor. Then this is the tofu soybean taste. We're just gonna add all of this soybean. So we're gonna give it a miso soup flavor with that. You can get fresh too, but I just happen to have these. This is GMO free. No, you can add any kind of stuff you want to it. Okay, so we put this on the stove, and the thing is, now all of these flowers, we're gonna throw this in the last thing, just before we eat the soup, okay? So we're gonna put this on the stove. Okay, again, oils of aloha, macadamia nuts, Hawaii's gold. Now we put that inside of our soup as well. Now we're gonna add some sweet potato. So this is the Okinawan variety. I just cut off the ends here. We'll feed those to the animals like the goats, the sheep, and the horses. And then we're just gonna cut this up. Look how beautiful and purple that is, you see? This is the Okinawan variety. They call it Molokai sweet potato, but it actually came from Okinawa, Japan. Like a lot of our fruits and vegetables, like I probably have about 85 varieties of Hawaiian taro, but I got a whole bunch of other varieties of taro that came from the South Pacific. We get Tongan taro, so I'm gonna cut this up into little chunks. And we're gonna put this in a soup. So we'll have some a little bit of protein, a little bit of starch. You know what else I'm gonna throw in the soup is I forgot to put a little bit of bay leaf. Okay, so let's throw this in the soup. Okay, we're gonna stir this up. Again, we got the okra, the eggplant, the onions, the carrots, the sweet potato, the lemongrass, hit a bundle right there. And also the miso soup with a little bit of miso taste. You might add some coconut milk to that later. Okay, just let it go. And in 5 minutes this will be done. As soon as it's done, then we'll throw in the flowers. We're gonna call in our cooks to help us taste. Okay, what we're gonna do is take out the breadfruit. This is the halili, the burlap. You got the tea leaf. Take some of this is the breadfruit cooked already. Put it over here. Okay, right now what we're gonna do is, from here we're gonna make another dish. Along with the soup, we're gonna have some fried breadfruit. So, again, we're gonna use a macadamia nut oil, high fire. Okay. Just bust some garlic. I like to use the wrappers, everything inside of there, because I like it crispy. I eat everything. We smash it a little. Okay. Throw it in there. Okay. You need to throw some butter in there. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna add some coconut oil to stretch it. And it gives it a nice flavor too. It's really good for healthy for you. So we get macadamia nut oil, coconut oil. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just get this real fire going. So it gets like a garlic. This is like be like garlic bread, but in this case it's gonna be garlic breadfruit. So we cut off the centerpiece. That's like the seed, kind of like in there. Okay. Then we're just gonna slice the taro right like that, skin and all. Out on the fire, high fire. Whoo! Well, it's really hot. Come on in. We got it. So we can taste the stuff. Tasting again. High fire again. Today is breadfruit. Last week was taro. So we're making fried breadfruit with whoo! This burger is hot. With garlic and butter. And we got our soup over here. Let's see how the soup going. I gotta get the burger on high fire, man. That burger is ready. Don't tell me we're gonna be cooking this ulu before that. Now this ulu is a little bit on the green side. We just picked it up today. Ooh, my God. Okay, here we go. Now this all this leftover, no waste. This will go to the chickens. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. You see the nice brown skin. The thing is, if we had let this ulu set for like 3 more days, it would be browner. There'll be more sugars in there. Right now it's pretty starchy, not too much sugar. That's why it's not browning up as good. Okay. We're gonna leave that burger right there. So what I'm gonna do is put the coconut milk on the bottom first. Okay. This is a miso Filipino dish. I just made them up. Like last week we made sardine with a kind of like with the luau leaf. I never did make that before in my life. But came out good, huh? Put some kosher salt on top of this. Just lightly put them with salt. Okay. That last part wasn't too light. Okay. Then remember those flowers we picked, okay? We get the hot soup over here. The miso. Okay. Put the flowers inside real quick. You sure everything could cook enough for us? Yep. She's good. Okay. Look at that. Fresh tomatoes, okra. Hope the sweet potato and cook, yep. Okay, let's give them. Okay, come grab the plate over here, you guys, one by one. I hope I never overcook the vegetables. I hate to do that. We made vegetarian just for you, girlie. Okay, here. And then here, you get one breadfruit too. Let's give you one that. It's on a side dish. Okay. Okay. And this is Margot. Margot's one of our students from the FAM, the Farmers Agriculture Mentorship Program. And this is you got the spoon is on this drawer, way on the left. This is for and this is Mitchell. He was here last week. Hey, tell us about, you know, let me give you a little bit more sabao. This is the way that the flavor is inside here. He can always come back some more. You get the spoon, you gotta mix them up. You get some sweet potato in here, eggplant. This is called farmer soup. Whatever we pick is what. And then we got the mushroom stew. We got those oyster mushrooms in here. We're gonna top it off with a side of the fried breadfruit. That's our chip for today. We still got actually 2 more things we're gonna make, but let's have everybody eat first. Okay.
Okay, how was it?
Oh no.
Okay.
So look, all gone.
Okay.
Good as always.
Pure mana.
And we also have some poke fish, and then we made some hoisin with pork belly with also banana ketchup. Put some coconut milk in there, the ginger. I'm gonna chew that bar. Good for the sore neck information.